Okay, hello, guten Morgen. This video is to go over something that you've already done some exercises with in homework, and I asked you to take a look at it in the book, and basically I was asking you to kind of teach it to yourself. It's not a really difficult concept, but I want to just emphasize it because it will be part of the test tomorrow, along with the things that we did cover and the things that I mentioned um, in the practice test and or the study guide. So that the thing I want to talk about today, though, is just real briefly and show you a PowerPoint presentation, and then I'll give you the link to the PowerPoint presentation in my Cache, just kind of add it to the study guide things. But this is about imperatives or commands. So we talk about command sounds kind of demanding, like you're commanding somebody to do something, and really all it is you're just telling somebody, and it could even be a polite kind of command where you're saying, close the window, please. And it's not like you're a general or something yelling at troops. It's a command. So they're also called imperatives. So I might use both words here interchangeably. And in English, if we were to tell the president to sit down or have a seat, or if we were to tell our friend to sit down, have a seat, we would say it the same way, have a seat. If we told two friends to have a seat, we would say it the same way, have a seat. If we told the president and an ex-president to have a seat, we would say, have a seat. We say it the same way to everybody, and of course, German's not going to make it that easy. We have three ways of talking to people and with the word you. We have the singular informal du, and we have the plural informal ihr, and then the formal. For everything formal, singular or plural, we say capital S, Z. So those are the three that we use. I'm going to run them across the bottom there so they're just constantly on your mind. Good. And so we have the informal du, singular. We have the informal plural, ihr. And then we have the formal way of talking to people that we don't know, or that we call Mr. or Mrs. or Professor or Doctor or whatever title. This is the formal. This works for singular and plural. This ihr is just for plural friends. And this du, the most common one, is used with singular, talking to a friend. So the way we're going to go to make a command, so there's three different ways to give a command or a polite request to do something, because there are three different ways of saying you. And the way that we do that, let's just start with the this one here, is with the informal. We take the verb, we drop off the en ending. So every verb has an en at the end. Most all verbs have an en. We just drop that off the end, and that becomes our command for the informal. So I say, kommen, to come, and then say, come with me, be komm mit mir, komm mit mir. Mm-hmm. Kommen just becomes komm. Sounds more like English that way. Schreiben, to write, becomes schreib. Yeah? Schreib einen Brief, schreib eine Postkarte, schreib ein Textbuch. Yeah? Write this, write that. So we just drop off the en, and that's how we make a command to people who are friends. With two or more people who are friends, this would be the informal plural, going along with the pronoun ihr. We take the stem of the verb, take off the en, and we add a t to the end of it. So I use the same example. So I ask two of you to come with me. I would say, kommt mit mir, kommt mit mir. And with 5 friends or 100 friends, I would say to those 100 friends, Kommt mit mir, the same thing. Whether it's two or any amount of plural friends, you would say kommt mit mir. Okay, and then probably the easiest one is the formal, because it just makes us do this. We just take the full form of the verb and we follow it with another word, Sie, the word for you. So I would say, kommen Sie mit mir. Or with schreiben again, schreiben Sie eine Postkarte. Schreiben Sie ein Buch. So I'm telling someone that I'm not on a first name basis with to write something, to come with me. Here I'm telling someone, kommt mit mir. Schreibt das Textbuch, right? To plural people, a textbook. And with one person, I just say, schreib ein Textbuch. Komm mit mir. So with kommen, the three forms would be komm, kommt, und kommen Sie. And with the word schreiben, informal singular, schreib, schreibt, und schreiben Sie. Okay? And those would be the three forms that I would use in order to give a command to someone that I know, to people I know I'm friends with, and then to people that I'm not friends with that I know. So that's the way we do it. Now, let me show you. I'm going to share my screen here, so give me just a minute as I still negotiate this technology. Okay, good. And let's go to this. I hope this works. Let's go to this full screen here. All right, so this, let me go back to the beginning. I was looking at this earlier. Good. So hope you can see that. This is imperatives and commands. And I put this at the bottom that because we maybe think of Germans as not being the ones who say things so politely all the time. But yeah, that is possible. And Germans can be polite as well. They very much so. So Germans trying to say things politely. All right. So this is the same thing. Imperatives and commands, that those are in grammar, that's an interchangeable. They mean exactly the same thing. Good. So again, I'm just going to repeat this. One person, a friend, someone you call by their first name, we refer to them as du. Yeah. And if we have friends, two or more friends, we call them ihr as a group. We refer to them as plural, as you. There's another word for you, but it's you in the plural sense. And then we have the formal one person, like I said, we're not friends with, someone you don't call by their first name, and that's Sie. Okay, so that's the three ways we address people. Let's went over that. And there's those three groups. So if we look at a verb, I just kind of use this one really, but they use a little different version of it, herkommen. And herkommen is the verb to come here. And it has a prefix that goes to the end, and we use it in a command. Now, in a sentence, not in a command, but in a sentence, this would be it right here. I'm circling it with the laser pointer. Du kommst her. You are coming here. Du kommst her. But notice what happens when we make it into a command, which is going to fit up here. So the her part goes to the end for reasons I don't know that we've discussed yet. But let's just deal with the part of the verb kommen. And we just talked about this. So to one person, I would say, komm her. Komm her. With two people or more, with a group of people, and here's what it looks like in a sentence. Ihr kommt her. You all are coming here. But if I tell them to come here, I really use the same form that's in the sentence. Kommt her. And then with a formal situation, here would be the sentence that would be drawn out that would say, you are coming here. Sie kommen her. Not a command, you're coming here, but a statement about what you're doing. Sie kommen her. You are coming here. But to make it into a command, I take the full form of the verb and I follow it with the pronoun Sie, and it looks like this. Kommen Sie her. Kommen Sie her. Good. Let's just go through a few of these then. And so you see this group of kids, it's going to be the informal plural. You see the one kid picture, that's going to be singular, informal. And you see the picture in the circle of the older man, that's going to be the formal. So here's the sentence, Ihr geht nach Hause. These are fairly easy because that's the conjugation with ihr, but we're going to use this exact same form of gehen, geht, right there, go home. Geht nach Hause. I'm telling 4 friends, 10 friends, 100 friends to go home. Geht nach Hause. Du gehst nach Hause. But in the command of this one person, I say, geh nach Hause. Geh nach Hause. Tell someone to go home who you are not friends with. Sie gehen. That's the sentence. You are going home. Here's how I give the command. Gehen Sie nach Hause. So at the bottom of the slide, you're going to see the verb or the phrase used, with the verb for sure, or the phrase used in a regular sentence, just making a statement of fact. You are going home. Sie gehen nach Hause. And then above here, of course, you're going to see the imperative or the command form. So I'm going to run through these a little bit quicker. This verb is bringen. Sounds very much like English then. Bringen. Talking to someone I don't know. Bringen Sie mir das Buch. Bringen Sie mir das Buch. Tell one person to, this sounds even more like English. Tell this one person to bring me the book. Bring mir das Buch. Tell 3 people, 4 people, 10 people to bring me the book. Bringt mir das Buch. You'll see a real pattern, hopefully, of no ending, en ending plus the formal z, and then a letter T added into the verb. You'll see that only those 3 forms here are coming up the next several examples. One person, kauf die CD. I know this person. Buy the CD. 3, 5, 10 people, kauft die CD. I don't know this person. Kaufen Sie die CD. Here we go. Hausaufgaben machen. The verb machen, to do. Macht die Hausaufgabe with these people. Informal or formal, sorry. What would that be? Think about it. Machen Sie die Aufgabe or die Hausaufgabe. One person, mach die Hausaufgabe. Now, this is a bit different. Now, finden, and there's a few verbs like this that end in the what we call a hard consonant, like a D. You know, the stem of the verb. And I'm talking about this D I'm circling right here. That D. That's going to be one, and there's a few. It could be a D, like in David. It could be a T, like in Tulsa. There's a couple of consonants. Those are usually the ones, D or T. And when the stem of the verb ends in a D or T, in the informal, like talking to this one person here, we add the letter E. I don't know why this is the case. I don't know what the reasoning is, but we add the letter E. So this becomes not just find den Hund, but actually finde den Hund. Finde den Hund. Up here are 2 other examples. Well, there's finde. Another one would be arbeiten, to work. That has a T at the end. See that T right there. Arbeite. Warten. Not sure we had that word yet, but warten is the verb to wait. So if I tell one person I know to wait, I say warte. One person to work, I say arbeite. One person to find something, I say finde den Hund. Okay, this really only makes a difference here with the informal, but it kind of does with the plural, but we'll see that in a minute. So I'm telling these 4 people to find the cat, and here's how we add that E in. Findet. Findet. And the reason why is because it makes it pronounceable. If I say F-I-N-D-T, that doesn't sound much different, and it's actually kind of hard to pronounce. N-D-T, find. So they kind of add an E for pronunciation's sake. So you can really hear the T on the end, and these four people know you're talking to all of them and not just one of them. So findet die Katze. And that's going to come up in a couple of, like I said, warten. Those are three that you probably know. The ones on the last slide. Warten, up here at the top. Arbeiten and finden, as we just said. Let's go on to the next one then. If I go back to the normal way with the formal. Finden Sie das Buch. Now, here's another verb that's like herkommen, but mitkommen. Mitkommen is to come along or come with somebody. And so if I ask this person to, come along, come with me, I would say, komm bitte mit. Komm bitte mit. Mit goes to the end, like in English. Come along, come with. Again, what are we going to do? We're going to add the T. Kommt bitte mit, talking to friends, plural, and kommen Sie bitte mit. Yeah, kommen Sie bitte mit with the formal. Now, mitmachen. Yeah, we have a lot of prefixes here, and these prefixes go to the end. Mitmachen is the verb to participate. To participate. So this is, you really got to just focus on this verb machen, and I won't have too many of these in the test, but just know that you see extra, a prefix on it, like a preposition usually, but machen is what we have to deal with here, and we give it the formal machen Sie bitte mit. Please participate. Tell one person to participate. Mach bitte mit. Now, machen is the verb to do, but mitmachen, that prefix changes the meaning of the verb. Mitmachen, to participate. I tell friends to participate. Macht mit. Another prefix. This is a great verb to know too. Up here, vorbeikommen. That's a longer prefix. Vorbeikommen. To come by. And here would be a sentence. Du kommst vorbei. You are coming by. Yeah, coming by to see me, coming by to pick me up, coming by to get extra help, coming by to check on your grade, whatever it is, it's vorbeikommen. So I tell one person, come by, come by later or something. Komm vorbei. Come by later would be komm später vorbei. Telling a person I don't know, kommen Sie vorbei. Telling 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 people, kommt vorbei. Spielen. Spielen. Tell these kids not to play here. Nicht hier. That would be spielt nicht hier. Tell one person not to play here. Spiel nicht hier. Don't play here. Tell, this is a new verb, sagen, the verb to say. So I'm going to tell this person, don't say that, is what the translation would be into English. Telling one person I know not to say something. Sag das nicht. Sag das nicht. How do I tell 3 people not to say something? Sagt das nicht. Okay, and the formal, I'm out of slides, but the formal would be sagen Sie das nicht. Sagen Sie das nicht. Yeah, just like that. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to take this back here. Hope you can see that okay. Nothing was blocked here by the banners or anything. If they were blocked, then I apologize, but please take a look at the slideshow on its own and let it be. I lost my framing. Okay, and let it be something that you add to your preparation for the test tomorrow. I think a lot of you already understand it from what I can see from the homework, but please, this is something kind of new we didn't have time to really get into during class time. Okay, so let's do well tomorrow, and the test will be given to you online. I've got it made up, but I need to put it in a different format, and I'm probably going to put it in the form of like a Google form. So couple things about this, and this is kind of weird the way things work. Here, I'm not going to ask you to find a proctor or anything like that. I know some classes have done that, and that's probably a pretty good idea. But I'm just going to ask you and trust that you're going to be honest and that you're going to act honorably and you're going to take the test the best of your ability. And I'm not out to ruin anyone's grade under these kind of conditions. So don't think it's going to kill you. But please just do your best and do the work on your own. And know that I know that we're working under, it's not ideal, right? If I was there, we'd be talking every day about this face to face. You ask questions, we go over stuff, and it's repetitive. And there's really just not a way to do that this way. So, all right. So please be honorable and be responsible for yourself and how you take the exam. And I'll just leave it at that. Okay? So, ich wünsche euch einen schönen whatever Wednesday heute und viel Spaß und wir sehen uns morgen. So bis morgen, okay? Ciao.